Hey everybody, welcome back to our YouTube channel over here at Pods and Puddles. We've been so busy getting everything in the ground. It's Memorial Day weekend, so I thought now would be a good time to take you guys around and show you what all we have planted. We're pretty much all planted here at the house, and then this year, if you guys have been following us, you know that we had last year we used a plot in Harmon, which is kind of a neighboring town. We decided this year to not do that. It turned out to be quite a bit more than we could handle. We definitely bit off more than we could chew with that one. So that was a tough decision we had to make, but we settled on it, and so we're just going to grow everything here at the house, which kind of means we have to be more intentional with what we're planting. We're going to try some intercropping this year and see if we can get more production out of our small space. So I'm going to take you guys around and show you what's going on. Okay, so here we have our two green stalks are completely planted. Have a little bit of everything in here. These are chives. This is their third year in the green stalk, I believe. They do great. They're flowering right now, so I will cut those back. Maybe even try to save some seeds from them. I'm not sure. But otherwise, we have some herbs, some little kale plants down there, some basil, trying some cucumbers. This is chocolate mint celosia, which is gorgeous. I'm loving that. So, well, I just ripped part of the leaf off. Good job, Jen. Down here we have a gazania that is blooming and is so pretty. And then the second one, more of the same. We have lots of parsley. We use parsley quite a bit. I'm trying some onions there at the bottom. I don't know if those will work out. But yeah, then some more kale and basil, of course. We have a marigold up top. We do a lot of marigolds just kind of in random places in our beds to just attract pollinators and repel pests, hopefully. So, and then over here, our greenhouse is pretty much empty, which I'm very excited about. We had a good couple weeks selling plants down at our farmers market. The market doesn't start until the first week of June officially, but us and a couple vendors went down and sold some plants, so that went really well. So I'm happy to see that this is starting to clean out. Let's see. Oh yeah, a balmy 96 in here, which it's going to get hotter this week. We're going to be up into the 90s, which is really hot for Northern Illinois in May. Early June, that's pretty warm, so that'll be a challenge. I'm sure we'll get a fan in here to try to keep this cool. But we'll come over here. We have our basil bed. We did some dog sitting the last couple weeks, and our guest thought that he would help us dig up the bed, so this is the third time planting this basil bed, but that's okay. Third time's a charm. And then we have our lilies coming up. They look awesome. We'll use those for some cut flower bouquets this summer. These lilies, I don't know where I got them. We've had them for years and years and years, but look at how many blooms are on one stalk. And they're so pretty. So those will be great. Then over here in this corner, we have a mess. But we have some tomatoes there in the back, and then some basil here, and then up front here I did we did some Thai peppers. So this weekend we'll finish trellising all this up and get it cleaned up. yeah, and get the tomatoes standing up and all that. But these are our Roma tomatoes, so determinate variety, so they'll get more bushy than they will long. So hopefully this is a new space for us, so hopefully that works out. Then over here in front of the deck we have our strawberries, which are looking amazing. Weeds, don't judge the weeds. So, oh yeah, we should have strawberries soon. Tons of blossoms. They're doing their thing, so hopefully soon we'll have fresh strawberries. And then on this side we have zinnias, sunflowers, there's amaranth, and some ornamental grass in there. So that's taken its sweet time to take off, but once it does, it's going to be really full and tall and look really awesome. So that's it for the backyard. The rest of this obviously we leave for the dogs. So I will take you out back now. So Greg is busy working on building us a drying rack where we'll dry our veggies. So he's been in here working hard. Lots of projects to do this year. When he's not busy hurting himself, he's been a busy bee. All right. Out back here we have the tomatoes. We're gonna try the lower and lean method this year. So we've got that going. These are indeterminate slicers here in this bed. And then we have our garlic. I did go ahead and throw some cherry tomatoes and grape tomatoes in this bed to let them get started, even though the garlic's not quite ready to come out yet. I'm going to, while we're here, switch the irrigation. In these cages we have more cherries and grapes, tomatoes. We have our peas and cabbage. I'm a little worried with the heat coming next week that they're not going to be able to do their thing before it gets super hot, but we're watering a lot to hopefully make sure that they're okay, but there's really not a whole heck of a lot we can do about it. Kale is looking awesome. So when we kick off market next week, for the first official week, we'll have kale, and then we'll also have radishes. I've been snacking on these all week. They're still a little small yet, but they'll be ready by next week, and they are so good. And then these pots we have at the end of the rows, I have eucalyptus in that one over there, but we have dill and cilantro in these. Here on both sides we have turnips, and then on the left side here we have our winter squash. So we have acorn squash and butternut and some pumpkins, and then on this side we have our cucumbers. So they're going to grow up and around this trellis. That should be really fun. I'm looking forward to that. And then, like I said, we just have some marigolds in here for the pollinators and pest control. Then we have some more chives. This is probably my favorite part of the garden when it gets going. You guys will see it'll get all shaded and it'll be super cool underneath everything growing. So we'll head up front and take a look at everything up front. Okay, so up front, this side is all of our pepper plants. So we have 3 rows of pepper plants there. Then on this side, we've got some beets going right here. Beets and weeds, of course. Then we have our lettuce here. Again, kind of worried about the lettuce with the heat coming, but it is what it is at this point. We've got some green onions started here, and some Salanova that's seeded, but we still have some more work to do on this bed to fill it out. And we have another row of garlic, and this garlic is looking awesome. It's not quite ready yet, but it's looking really good. And then we have carrots that germinated really poorly. As you can see, it's really spotty, so we're gonna fill in with something else. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Beans probably. And then here is our regular onion patch that you guys watched me plant a couple weeks ago. And then over here is where we have more of our cabbage. And so we actually ordered some shade cloth to put over this. We're gonna work on that in the next day or two to hopefully protect it from the heat. I've been watering like crazy. So they're good size, but they're just not heading up quite yet. You can see they're just starting. Just starting to get there. So we're gonna do what we can to protect those, hopefully. And then these last two rows are beans, green beans. And then new this year we added on this side another row on this side of the sidewalk for zucchini. So we did direct seed some, which you can see there. I do need to thin those out a little bit. And then we had some starts too that we put in. And on the side of the house, we have a flower bed here. This is sunflowers and celosia, which is going to be so pretty. And then here in the front, I direct seeded some of that stuff too. So it'll just be a mix of good tall cutting flowers. Which, look at this. Look how bright that is. I love the bright colors of the celosia. Then we have our perennial flower garden. I left some things in here that aren't technically perennial in our zone, and we'll see if they come back. Gosh, what did I put in here? The dahlias don't look like they're gonna come back, except I think there's one at the far end of the bed there. And I knew that was a risk, that I was taking. And then this back row is gladolias, which those also aren't technically perennial in our area. So we took a risk, so we're just gonna see, what comes up. And then I have this decorative grass in the front to use as filler for bouquets. And then over here is our perennial herb garden. It's starting to get a little weedy, but we have our comfrey there, sage, oregano, and some mint down at the end. And I planted everything pretty, there's some thyme there, parsley. I planted everything pretty close together. I might even pack a few more plants in here. I want this bed full, and I know the mint is gonna like spread and take, that's probably gonna end up being a pain in my butt, but to help with the weeds, it's a very weedy bed, and kind of being over here on the side of the house, it's out of sight, out of mind, so it gets away from us pretty quickly. So hopefully this just kind of explodes and gets us some good herbs, and hopefully the weeds become a little bit more manageable over time. Okay, so here's kind of a shot of what everything looks like from the street. Like I said, we have some weeding to do, but not too bad. We've been sending people up from farmers market because the farmers market is right on the same street that we live on, so it's like 8 blocks away. So we've been sending people when they come and see us. They're like, you know, where are you? Are you in town? And so we send people up, and it's like, you'll know the house when you see it. And then here we have our tomatillos. So I'm really excited to see those take off. There's tons of blooms on them. So we have 7 plants, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 7 on that trellis. So that'll be really pretty. Those usually get out of control on us pretty quickly. So yeah, there it is. So it's last weekend in May, Memorial Day weekend. And yeah, that's our garden. All right, so I did forget to show you guys this. This is on our deck here. And we are gonna do some hanging baskets this year. We're getting a little bit of a late start, but these are gazanias. You guys gotta check these out. They're so pretty. Really pretty flowers. So these need to fill out their pots a little bit more before we're ready to take them to market. This is something new for us. All right, you guys, thanks for coming along with us. As always, we appreciate you guys, and we enjoy sharing kind of what's going on with us, and we hope you enjoy watching it. We'll be sure to take you along as all of this stuff starts growing, and as always, you can check us out. If you're in the Dixon area, you can check us out downtown at our farmers market. That's Saturdays, every Saturday from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. So we'll be down there. We'll have all our fresh veggies and some flowers soon. So if you're in the area, definitely come down and check us out. There's tons of awesome vendors down there. So otherwise, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe for us. That helps us out a lot. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.